Hey you guys, welcome back to the channel. My name is Steven, accompanied by Queen Taylor, and today we're going to be taking a look at the mind-blowing scale of the Milky Way. This is by Epic Spaceman. This video was chosen through one of our Spin the Wheels, and I'm really excited for this because you're excited for this. And we had a great discussion about how Epic Spaceman kind of really puts an emphasis on scale and puts a lot of effort into his videos. I'm really stoked for this one.
I am too. There was a lot of hype behind it, which sometimes is kind of a letdown, and other times is just really gets you going. And
it's kind of scary. Going. Yeah, it's kind of scary a little bit when it's hyped up like that.
Yeah, because then you have high expectations.
Yeah,
but I think it's gonna be good.
So you guys, let's get our minds blown by the vast scale of the Milky Way and Epic Spaceman. Let's hop on our video and let's get started.
I live in a city, and that means the stars are hard to see and the universe is easy to forget about. Our busy lives and streetlights hide away so much wonder. Wouldn't it be amazing to just switch off the lights and connect with the world beyond our own? That's what I want these videos to be. Little escapes into the universe that we can all go on, regardless of whether we have clear skies, telescopes, or lots of free time. We're going to go on a journey into the starry sky above me, a world we can all connect with. But this is not a video about the universe, because this isn't the universe. Not really. Let me show you what I mean. I'm going to leave the universe alone, but I'm going to switch one thing off. So that's it, the stars have all gone. I can only see one star in the night sky now. And really, it just looks like a big faint smudge. It's actually the Andromeda Galaxy, but otherwise it's just blackness. All of the magic of the night has gone. Imagine a world without stars. The thing I switched off wasn't the universe, it was the Milky Way. The galaxy we live in. Okay, phew. Whoa. It's always good when they come back. So our night sky.
Hold on. Before we start with the Milky Way, really, I just wanted to touch on the this is incredible. The voiceover that Epic Spaceman is doing, it's clear. It's like, I wish I can get our microphone's not one to, like, it's a very expensive professional microphone. I don't have the knowledge to be able to tone it in the way that he has his. Just
shut up or I'll blast you, punks!
Oh, it's so good. It's so nice to the ear.
I agree. I wish that we had surround sound to listen to him, because it is like,
yeah.
Yeah.
The audio engineering that he put into this video. So I'm gushing about his production of this video because it's like, when he was flying around in a spacesuit, right? It almost sounded like firefly wings, like the sound of it was making. And I'm like, oh, that's genius to kind of replicate or make the sound of like a jetpack. But it sounded more to me than that. And just all the whooshes and just the sound design all together with this video. And
you could almost feel like when the stars came back and it did that boom, you could almost feel it.
Yeah, you could.
It was crazy. As I was like, whoa, that was an experience, just that.
And just his ability to edit these videos the way, with the whole animations that he's, it is like movie quality.
It is. I fully agree with that. I feel like we're watching a movie.
We're watching a movie. This is impressive. The amount of time dedicated to make something like this, because I get it. Like, the animation alone is probably, just to do like a 10-second clip, probably took hours to make. I'm just impressed with it. Like, I wish I was as good of a video editor and animator as him. Guys, let's back it up. Was it daunting when he turned off the Milky Way?
Yeah, it was a little bit crazy.
Like, he made a statement and he was like, what would it be like if we didn't have stars?
I know, I wanted to be like, I don't want to imagine that.
Like my brain couldn't really comprehend what a life without stars would be like.
Very kind of like dystopian feel to it, I think.
Yeah. It's such a beautiful, colorful thing, when you have the stars, right?
Okay.
Right. We'll go right here.
The galaxy
Let's
we
start
live
it over.
in. Okay, phew.
Da-doom.
It's always good when they come back. So our night sky is actually our galaxy, the Milky Way. Our galaxy is our home, a huge swirling oasis of stars. It's so big and full of everything, it's like a mini universe all on its own. Our sun and solar system is about here, a third to a halfway out from the center, depending on how you measure where the edge is. Some people point to the cloudy line across the night sky on a really clear night and call that the Milky Way. And technically it is, but then so is everything else as well. So it's a little confusing. I think a better way to describe that is the disk of the Milky Way, and we're inside that disk. If I may.
So hold on a second. So in this shot right here, I've never been in a place where you can have such a flat plane with the sky being that open. And I know like in places like Kansas, you could probably achieve this.
Yeah.
I've never seen the sky look so pronounced without like some kind of telescope from Earth. But I like how he's kind of illustrating here. This line here is also the Milky Way, but really the disk of the Milky Way is a more accurate representation of it.
Mm-hmm.
Let me back that up. On a clear night and call that the Milky Way.
And technically it is, but then so is everything else as well. So It's a little confusing. I think a better way to describe that is the disk of the Milky Way, and we're inside that disk. If I make the Milky Way 2 football pitches wide here and tilt it a little, then shuffle it back so it's where we are in the galaxy. If you take a look from my point of view, I'm going to walk to where the Earth is. When I look towards the center of the Milky Way, I can see this cloudy line that stretches across. When I look to the sides, I'm looking away from the galaxy, so there are fewer stars. So that's what that line is in the sky, the edge of the galaxy that we're inside. And that line is brightest looking towards the center of the galaxy. But look, there's no point in looking at a model of the Milky Way this big. It's not big enough to see the detail. I need to make it bigger. I'm going to need to make it the diameter of the United States of America. If the center of our galaxy were in Kansas, right in the middle, the solar system would be about here, in the city of Denver in Colorado. In fact, all of the stars that we can see in the night sky would only stretch as far as the city lights of Denver.
Wow.
So how big
That's crazy.
would we be? How big is the sun on this huge scale? Well, on a scale where the galaxy we live in is the diameter of America, the sun would be about this big. So that's already completely crazy, but it doesn't end there, because I'm not standing on a hill here. On a scale where the Milky Way is the size of the United States, our giant sun would easily fit between the ridges of the fingerprint on the tips of our fingers. It would be half the size of a red blood cell. Our galaxy is astonishingly large. I've shrunk myself down 50,000 times to be this size. This is a single grain of sand in comparison. It's taken me 2 minutes.
This is blowing my mind.
Mine too. Yeah.
I'm like, wait a minute.
Mind blowing is definitely a really good way to describe this video.
Okay. I might need to back this whole thing up. So we're talking about the size of the sun in comparison to the scale model, using America as the scale, not an accurate representation, just how we would visualize the space.
Mm-hmm.
So what I'm not grasping is, even on a scale of America, right?
Do you just want to back up to the beginning of that part?
Maybe to like right here.
To that, the whole
section. So Let me
Maybe it'll
just
help.
try to get this out. So even on the scale, the sun would be that small, or are they saying it would be so big? Let me just watch it again.
Of the United States of America. If the center of our galaxy were in Kansas, right in the middle, the solar system would be about here, in the city of Denver in Colorado. In fact, all of the stars that we can see in the night sky would only stretch as far as the city lights of Denver. So how big would we be? How big is the sun on this huge scale? Well, on a scale where the galaxy we live in is the diameter of America, the sun would be about this big. So that's already completely crazy, but it doesn't end there, because I'm not standing on a hill here. On a scale with the Milky Way.
It just clicked for me, because we're looking at the Milky Way.
Mhm.
The Milky Way has different solar systems in it, and we're just one solar system amongst a bunch of other solar systems. That's why you kind of that's why in this chameleon. So he's saying the center of the Milky Way is Kansas.
Mhm.
Our solar system's over here.
Mhm.
Other solar systems, boop, 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 all over. Boop, 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 boop. All these different solar systems. But our solar system is Colorado from the center of the Milky Way.
He's saying, yeah, so if you're shrinking down the size of the Milky Way so this is only for size comparison. So if you shrink it down to fit the size of the United States, this is what it would look like. So this is the solar system. Yeah.
So our sun in our solar system
Yeah.
would have to be shrunk down in order to make this model.
Yes.
That's
exactly.
Got it. Still blows my
Guy
mind.
would only stretch as far as the city lights of Denver.
And the fact that that's no farther out than the stars would go shocks me, actually.
Yeah.
That the stars would only reach Denver. That's looking at like center of Kansas, and that's essentially top center of Colorado. We've made that drive. That's probably like a 6-hour drive, maybe.
Yeah. I'm going here to here.
So going like space-wise, I would think that the stars would reach way farther out than that. That's just nuts. But I mean, I guess if the sun is like 1/10 the size of a grain of sand, then probably that would seem much, much farther away. Just looking at it in this perspective is wild.
I would think from the natural eye, all you can see is our solar system when you look up.
Yeah.
Right. And then you would need some kind of telescopes or something else to kind of reach farther than what we could see, because we also have the light pollution and stuff. Like there's not really like a clear plane, especially where we're at, where you could just look up and see unpolluted airspace.
Yeah.
Guy would only stretch as far as the city lights of Denver. So how big would we be? How big is the sun on this huge scale? Well, on a scale where the galaxy we live in is the diameter of America, the sun would be about this big. So that's already completely crazy, but it doesn't end there, because I'm not standing on a hill here. On a scale where the Milky Way is the size of the United States, our giant sun would easily fit between the ridges of the fingerprint on the tips of our fingers.
It's so crazy,
isn't it?
It would be half the size of a red blood cell. Our galaxy is astonishingly large. I've shrunk myself down 50,000 times to be this size. This is a single grain of sand in comparison. It's taken me 2 minutes to walk over to where Earth is, here, one fingerprint ridge away. Here's our little blue marble. On this scale, it's 3 times smaller than the coronavirus. Jupiter here was 4 more ridges away. Neptune, the last planet, has taken me an hour to walk to. It's just 1 centimeter away at the edge of my fingertip.
You know, it's kind of crazy when you line up all the planets in our solar system, and he's now got it like in a shrunk down on his fingertip, and he's like saying it's taken me an hour. It's kind of giving you that
It's so crazy.
It's kind of like the difference between $1 million versus $1 billion. Yeah, have you ever heard that saying where it's like,
Do you want $1 million today or
no?
Oh. No, I'm not following then.
No.
I'm just guessing what you're talking about. No.
Okay, well, like there was something about like, gosh, I forgot it. There's a way to talk about the scale and difference between $1 million and $1 billion.
Oh.
And it was doing it within days. So it was like it would take somebody a year to get to 1 million, but like almost like, yeah, I'll find it. I said it in one of our other videos and it was kind of crazy.
That doesn't ring any bells to me. I thought you were getting at one of those, like, would you rather have $1 million today or $5 million 20 years from now?
No, it was a difference comparison model that actually was kind of eye-opening when, frick, it's escaping me right now what it is. Because it's so good. I just used it a couple of months ago, but anyways, it's a lot. And this depiction where he's like saying, hey, I had to walk like an hour and a half to get here. It just kind of gives you the sense of these are really far apart in our solar system. Like it's kind of crazy from where Earth is. And just, it's blowing my mind.
Yeah.
How big our galaxy is. And we're just one galaxy amongst like the Andromeda galaxy, right? Like that's a whole nother thing.
Yeah, it's pretty wild. I really like this because it's the coolest perspectives that you would never ever think of or come across without this video. I mean, unless you were somebody like him, but it really is like mind-boggling.
Isn't it crazy but wonderful that if our galaxy was shrunk down to the size of a continent, the orbits of the planets of the solar system would be the swirls on the tip of our finger? We're always interested in how big the universe is, but the galaxy we live in, the Milky Way, is so wonderfully vast and impressive. Now I know the Milky Way alone is so much to take in. It's natural that it can all seem overwhelming. It can also make us feel a little small and insignificant. And we are a little small, but we are also special. Humans are incredibly complex life. We are the first beings we know of, with a curiosity and ability to find truth and wonder. That makes you just as important as a galaxy. In the words of one of my favorite wonders of the universe, Carl Sagan, we are a way for the universe to know itself. And if the galaxy still feels overwhelming, this might help. We are small, but we're probably a lot bigger than you think. We tend to put ourselves at the bottom of the scale, but that ignores the universe under our noses. The world of the small is as vast as the stars, and that is an accurate statement. This is an electron. It is very small. I've made it bigger here, obviously. It's part of an atom. It's so small it's considered a point, not a sphere. So this is just a crude model of a kind of maximum size of an electron. With that in mind, in terms of scale, an electron is to a human what a human is to the Milky Way. So if you ever feel lost or small when you contemplate the cosmos, just remember that to an electron, you are a galaxy.
Oh, so cool.
Yeah.
If you enjoyed the videos on my Epic Spaceman channel, hitting the subscribe button would be awesome. I've started a Patreon too under the same name. So thank you to this little space crew for already helping me make these videos.
Oh, how fun
I
is
also
that?
wanted to say a big thank you to Reddit and rspace in particular. I just wouldn't have made this video if it wasn't for the amazing comments and support on my last video. Thank you.
It's really cool.
So, I hope to see you again for another epic spaceman video.
That was wonderful.
Yeah, I see why there was the hype, for sure.
Yeah. Guys, I'm still kind of reeling over that video. I kind of want to watch it again uninterrupted from doing a YouTube reaction.
Yeah,
just
I
kind of watch it on my own.
Mm-hmm.
It is a different viewing experience, by the way. I'm sure you guys know that, you know, when we're doing reaction videos, it's kind of more taxing on the brain because you have to think about things to say and you got to think about your thoughts because you have to share them, right? That's the whole point, is to kind of get
And to try to
across.
remember everything that was said, like not forget anything, leave anything out. Plus, just like learn about it.
And just, I really like this kind of video though.
Yeah, I agree.
I could probably binge watch his entire channel now.
Yeah.
Incredible creator. Just watching his videos compared to our videos, I feel very insignificant.
I mean, we're a reaction channel, so definitely very different.
Different styles, but like I envy channels like his.
Yeah.
And I think it's wonderful. I wish I had the curiosity and the drive to do something like that, to really find and see, because that's my problem. Is like I don't think I have the aptitude to be able to look at something like the Milky Way and create a video like this.
It's a lot. I mean, unless you're already knowledgeable on the topic. I think if you were to try to do that with every video about every topic, there's no way. It'd be so time consuming.
And I don't have the interest in it. Like, I would say if we were to do something along the lines of audio equipment or cameras, I would be all for it, but I just don't have the natural interest to it. Although I do find it very interesting when it's presented to me the way.
And I think that makes a really big difference. You know, we'll get things sometimes that are like, oh, why don't you know more about this? And oh, you should know that. But I think that is a big key thing, is if you don't learn it growing up, if you're not taught it, you have to learn it on your own. But people don't tend to do that unless you have the interest or the desire in that specific topic. And not everybody finds the same things interesting. So
I wish I was as dedicated and interested in this topic as Epic Spaceman. And I love I get that a lot of people probably watch this just because it's cool, popped up, wanted to see it. And they were like, wow, this is incredible. Because of the scale and just the way he was able to articulate and kind of visualize everything that he was talking about. It's honestly incredible. I'm over here looking at the screen like it's still on.
I know, I keep looking at it too.
We have a new camera set up, so it's a little different. But I think what blew me away more about that is it kind of sparked more of a curiosity and more of like an intrigued. There's so much in our universe that we still don't understand. It's so vast and big. You know, the whole conversations about like, are we the only ones? You know, that's such a naive thing to think. Like, there's other galaxies out there, and we just saw how big our Milky Way galaxy was. There's probably aliens in our galaxy.
Yeah, I was going to say, it's funny because, you know, some people are like, do you believe in aliens? And there's people that really, really believe in aliens. And there's people that are like, to someone who believes in aliens, to be like, you're so silly. Like, aliens are aliens. They're not real. But there is, I mean, it's massive, and there could be different life out there. I think maybe calling it aliens is something that makes it sound very mythical. Yeah. But it's very real world life that there can be more life out there somewhere.
Yeah. It's and it gives you that sense of wonder and, again, curiosity. I can imagine someone watching one of his videos that are really into this topic and just getting inspired to do more. You know, like that, you know, kid that wants to be a NASA engineer, or, you know, I thought it was great.
He was an absolutely phenomenal presenter. Everything he did was so good. The way he talked about the information, the way he presented it in the perspective that he did. And it was weird because, you know, we talked about that spot specifically, again, going back to where the stars reappeared, and it was at like, boom. How I said that you can almost feel it. It's the whole experience of that entire video was like sitting in one of those movie theaters where, or even if it's at, you know, like Disney or Universal or whatever, where the seats move when the thing moves, and where you get fake wind when the wind blows. It's that video gave that experience without actually having those physical feelings of it.
And that's the power of like just really sound design,
Yeah.
just really spectacular sound design, which I think even going into the details of just doing a very clean voiceover, very tight and crisp, clean, and then the sound design to kind of really emphasize, and there's a lot of power in sound design that I think if you were to take that away from the video and kept everything else, it just wouldn't be as impactful as it was watching it. And that's like credit to Epic Spaceman and the team that he's got. I'm sure it takes a team, like he was kind of pointing out the credits there.
And I think the visuals makes it a lot more digestible for people.
Yeah.
Because the part where he was talking about the size, where you got a little bit confused at first, also took me a second. Because it was at first a little bit like, okay, so is he saying it's big or is he saying it's small? And I think having the visuals helped with that.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe at first made it a little bit more confusing, but I think it's a lot to digest for somebody because the Milky Way is massive and there's a lot going on with it. So just showing things the way he showed them as he talked about them was just really smart.
And uncomprehensible.
Mm-hmm.
I couldn't comprehend it. That's why I had to go back and look at that, because my brain just couldn't do it. It just couldn't fathom that.
Yeah.
So it's very interesting, you guys. Thank you so much for this recommendation. Mm-hmm. This is something I would watch on my own. I'm someone who watches like how it's made, on my spare time. So this was a good one. I really enjoyed it.
Yep.
But thank you guys so much for watching. Leave down in the comments what you liked about it. Give me all the information you want. And we'll see you in the next one. Bye.